get started with her.
Hey, Gardner, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Doing well. Jay said today that he thought he might be putting too much pressure on you, like having to throw it so much in a game. What would be your comfortable number? Where do you feel best at, with the temps?
Oh, I don't care. Whatever I need to do. I've been on teams where I've thrown it 20 times a game. Been on teams where I've thrown it 60 times a game. Whatever we need to do, I'm willing to do.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cassidy. Let's go over to Mia and then Jamal.
Hey, Gardner, kind of building off of that, just curious your assessment of the Texans game when you watched it back. Was it one of those games where, again, you felt like maybe you guys did abandon the run too early?
I don't know. I think more than anything, just missed opportunities. Opportunities in the red zone where, should have been scoring touchdowns instead of trying to kick field goals. I think anytime you're bad in the red zone, or it's going to be a tough day for you.
And I know you talked about it post game. DJ was only targeted 4 times. I know he was out of practice today. But what can you guys do? Have you reflected now on maybe why he wasn't as involved in the game on Sunday?
Yeah, I think we'll try to get a few more things going for him early, whether it's just getting him easy touches, try to just get him in the flow of the game, and that helps it helps everything going.
All right, thanks, Mia. All right, let's go over to Jamal and then D-Rock.
What's going on, Gardner? After a couple of, I guess you've had some rocky moments in the past couple of games. Are you guys going to approach Sunday's game against the Lions any differently? Are you going to change any, a little thing on how to try and, I guess, make sure that you put points up consistently throughout the game?
I don't know. I think if there was, a way we thought of doing it better, we'd have been doing that from the beginning. I really believe in the preparation that we put in. I believe in the work that we put in, the effort we play with. I think it just comes down to execution. There's some detailed things that we have to clean up, and we're going to work towards this week.
Thanks, Gardner.
Thanks, Jamal. Let's go over to D-Rock and then John Shipley.
Gardner, is it ever in the back of your mind that you guys don't have Lambo, when you're out there and it's a 3rd down and you're sort of in field goal range, because he was so automatic, especially from long range?
Not in the moment. Anytime you're missing a player like that, you obviously, you feel it. But more than anything, we're trying to score touchdowns, and we're not playing for field goals. And that was our problem more than anything, is we shouldn't have had to attempt that many field goals.
Thanks, folks.
Thanks. Let's go over to John Shipley and then John Reed.
Hey, Gardner. Colin Johnson made 2 really big grabs on Sunday, the touchdown and then the 3rd down catch. Can you just talk about his performance and the growth you've seen in him?
Yeah, Colin's done a great job, man. He's came in here. He's known as, what to do from day one, was really in the playbook. I think he's the guy that's just going to get better with reps. The more game action he sees, the more comfortable he's going to be. Because I think he's going to be a really, really good player for us. It's just a matter of, getting him that experience. But we have a lot of faith in Colin.
Thanks, Gardner. Appreciate it.
Thanks, John. Let's go over to John Reed, and then we're going to finish with Mark Long.
How you doing, Garner? Where do you feel right now this football team at is from mentally, just focus and urgency, all those things going into this week? Where do you feel you guys at right now with all that?
Yeah, based on the practice we just had, I feel good with where the team's at. A lot of times when stuff's going like it is, you get a lot of finger pointing, a lot of, oh, well, I'm doing my job. And we really don't have that. Everybody's on the same page, trying to find solutions. That's really all we can ask for. Couldn't be more happy with the guys that we have. And, I'm excited to keep pushing, keep going to war with them.
Thank you.
Thanks, John. All right, we're going to technically do 2 more. Mark Long, and then we'll really finish with Gene.
Sweet. Garner, following up on D-Rock's question about kind of Lambo and the kickers, how do you have to introduce yourself every week to this new kicker? You kind of got a parade of these guys rolling through here. How does that work in the locker room? They are the kicker.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You always try to introduce yourself. You hope everybody that comes in can hang around for a while, but that isn't always the case. We're ready to have Lambo back. He's awesome. There's a reason he's all pro guy. But anybody we put out there, we believe in, and think we can make kicks with.
Could you name them all? You've used 5 kickers in 5 weeks.
I don't think so. No.
Not even close. You want to try? Humor
No
me?
attempt. No. No.
Ooh.
Come on.
All right. Thanks, Mark. All right, Gene. Make it a good one.
You're muted.
Every time.
When you watch the tape on the 3rd and goal play, in which you had the little swing pass to LaVisca, any regrets about maybe not looking right first or creating some sort of deception, because you seemed to look there right away, and there was I'm just wondering if maybe that alerted the Texans maybe a little bit too early, where LaVisca couldn't really make a move to try to get into the end zone.
Yeah, it's similar to when you're about to do your job and then you don't unmute yourself. We all have things, so but no, we played within the play. They gave us a look that we weren't expecting. They played it well, made the tackle, and that's how it went down.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gene. Thanks, Gardner. Appreciate your time.
How you doing?
Doing well.
Chris, this may be a little bit, it's not necessarily a football subject, but as you know, this with safety protocols in mind, NFL players can't do as much community outreach as they wanted to in the past. And is this something that you and the guys miss, especially when we get to the holidays and you're not going to be able to take kids shopping and make visits to community centers and schools? And obviously, this is a necessary byproduct of having to be safe for everybody. But is this something you guys miss?
Yeah, of course. A big part of the experience of playing in the National Football League is the connection to the community. At the end of the day, all the players on every team, for the most part, are transplants in that city. And they grow to care about that city and the people of the city, and being able to be in the community and be a part of it is part of the experience. And so for a lot of us and a lot of the young guys, they're not getting to experience that and getting the part of the giving back, because the city gives so much to us. But yeah, we definitely miss that, and it's going to be everything about this year has been different.
Okay. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Gary. All right, let's go to Cassidy and then Jamal and then Gene.
Hey, Chris.
Hey.
A couple of weeks ago after the Miami, you said afterwards, like, you know what you did wrong and you know what had to be fixed and you had to get past it. I know you posted something about it as well. What did you kind of see looking back at that game, and what have you done to grow from it in just 2 weeks?
Just focusing in on each moment and each play. Sometimes your role on a team changes and your opportunities are different. Sometimes they go down, and that means that each opportunity is more important. And that's the role I'm playing in right now. And when those opportunities come, you got to make them. And really, this team, we have a fantastic running game, but we also have a pretty good passing game. And so when we need to rely on one of those facets of our offense to get us going, we got to make every play that we can. And that's really what that game showed me, was just to step up and to make my plays, but then also like not letting all of the extra and the things outside of the field affect you. That game, there was a lot of negativity. And I internalized a little bit of it. You got to be able to have a short memory and let it go. It took me a couple of plays too long. It probably took me the first half, really, when it should only take you, one play, not even a series, to let all that stuff go and block it out.
Would you say that's probably the longest you've had to hold on to a game and maybe get over it, I guess?
That first half isn't the longest I've held on to it. Obviously, earlier on in your career, you don't really know how to deal with that kind of stuff. So I could say, like, when I was a rookie, I would hold on to stuff for a really long time. That's one of the first times in a long time that I've held on to stuff. But really, as soon as I got back in the facility and watched the film and realized that the game wasn't as bad as I thought it was, and realized what it was that I needed to work on and the stuff that I needed to rely on my teammates to do and not think that I had to do everything myself, it was a lot easier for me to just put that game to rest and go back to work.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cassidy. All right, let's go to Jamal and then Dustin.
Hey, Chris, you're one of the veteran guys on the team this year. How do you feel like the locker room has handled the adversity these past few weeks?
I think one of the things that has been an extreme positive about the locker room is the guys' willingness to stay locked in. Obviously, we have a very young team. And so when you tell guys, hey, guys, we're this close to being very successful. We just need to be more disciplined. We just need to rise to the occasion in this moment. We just need to rely on each other in this aspect. It's hard to get someone who hasn't seen it to believe you. It's hard to get someone who hasn't been there to trust you. I was talking with a couple of the other older guys. I've been on teams that were 1-5, that won 11 straight games and went into the playoffs. I've been there. I've seen that. I've been on teams where we might have been just as talented as we are here, and we won a lot of games. So when you tell someone that, it's tough to get them to really believe that. But one of the things that I've noticed about these young guys is they're tough, man. They're tough. They're hanging in there. They're working extremely hard. And so we don't have to coach effort here. It's really just raising our level of discipline and our execution. And so that's what we're doing. And, they're handling it. They're handling it just about as well as they can. We just got to make sure that everybody's in the right place.
Does that mentality from a lot of the younger guys give you reason to believe you guys can get this thing turned around and rattle off of some wins in a row?
I believe that we can. You're starting to get to the point of the year where some teams can become laxed and they let some things fall by the wayside. One of the things that I've really been preaching to guys is, hey, we have to stay locked in. we can't afford to make mistakes, and we can't win games with mistakes. So when a team comes in relaxed and having half prepared, that's an opportunity that we need to pounce on. We need to dot all of our I's and cross all of our T's so that we can go in there and win close games.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Jamal. All right, Dustin, you want to go ahead?
Hey, Chris, how's it going today?
Good.
What have you seen, and how much growth have you seen from these young receivers coming in? And how have you, Keelan, and DJ, as kind of the veterans, and Dede as well, been able to help these young guys?
I've seen a lot of grit. These guys are competitors. They're really tough. They're tough too. Both LaVisca and Colin are extremely tough. They're very talented. Obviously, as you guys can see, they can go out there and they can make plays. I think the biggest part that we've been able to help them with is just letting them in on some of our experiences. One of the things I really worked with DJ and Cole on last year was getting more of a feel for how this West Coast style offense works and how routes change and they differ from the routes on the paper. And they're doing the exact same thing with those guys, helping them find the soft spots and zones, helping them get a little bit of the nuance to their route running versus different man coverages, and just recognizing and picking stuff up faster.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Dustin. All right, let's finish up with John Reed.
How you doing, Chris? How difficult is it though when you speak about keep pushing and all those things though, but when you see the effort and you don't see the results, how difficult is that? And particularly with that young team that you're trying to tell them to hang in and keep going. What is the difficulty, even for a veteran like you, when you know that they're giving all they got and not seeing the wins?
It's tough because you have to come in when I'll put it the way one of the coaches told me, after that Miami game, I had a coach pull me aside and say, "Hey, Chris, this team voted you a captain for a reason. Regardless of how you feel, regardless if you mess up a play, that C doesn't come off your chest. Regardless of if you're having a good day or a bad day, that C is still on your chest. And there's a responsibility for you to keep these guys motivated, keep them locked in, and keep going, even if you're not having your best day." And so really the challenge right now has been, listening, being locked in and committed to knowing the team so that I can help each individual guy just be that much better every day as they can, and learning how to lead, learning through some mistakes, and being man enough to go and apologize when you say something wrong or you don't get it right, but making sure that guys realize that, hey, this is a collective team effort. We're not pointing fingers at anybody, but we have to stay at it each day, and if we do, then the success will come. And finding ways to say that without being long-winded and without repeating yourself, showing that effort, showing the willingness to go the extra mile or look at yourself and look for areas where you can do more, and commit to being better yourself, and hopefully inspiring other people to do the same.
Thank you, Matt.
All right. Thanks so much, Chris. Appreciate your time.
No problem.
And thanks to everyone.